Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week of Dallas Beer Talk.
Hello,
man.
hello.
It was Labor Day weekend. How's everybody doing? I'm your host, Victor Santana. We got PC Master Race.
I'm back.
Talking Lesbian Kirsty.
Back in black.
Yes.
And then we got the Beer Group with Low Key's Army. Beer Master Drew.
Sweet.
I like that shirt, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, man, I didn't.
You wearing green a lot.
Jumping.
So, for those that are watching, we we have a green screen, and so there's a lot of green going on in my shirt that I completely forgot about, and so I'm blending in with the wall behind me. So enjoy that, guys.
That's pretty cool.
Enjoy that. You guys are not
Badass.
tripping.
Wow.
I wish you guys were tripping. Like, it'd be a good little thing to look at, keep focusing on.
Yeah.
It is National Beer Lovers Day, so everyone should be wasted at this point.
Or at least have a
And,
beer.
Yeah, that should not be weird to them.
Yeah. That's just another thing.
It's just life.
I feel like this
It is just life. No, but shout out to the man behind the veil. We got a Jedi, on the ones and twos.
What's
going on?
up? Welcome back.
No cliff diving this weekend, huh?
No, not yet.
You going into it again?
Yeah, of course I am.
So for those who didn't know, he's recovering from a cliff diving incident where I think it was a little dangerous spot to jump into.
Yeah.
Kind of aware of it.
Yeah,
But
and I knew it was dangerous. I thought I could jump past it. It's like where the waterfall was actually crashing into the water. And I was like, I want to jump into that. And, it was the last jump, and it was the wrong move to make because one of the cuts, like I looked down and I could look into a hole and see my bone.
which
It was,
usually is not a good sign.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
not a bad sign.
And didn't make the trip to the doctor, I think, is what we were saying.
Yeah, no, I fought it off, fought through it, just kept
It's
it
strong.
heavily bandaged, a lot of medicine, cleaned it twice a day, and it looks great now. It just looks like a normal
Yeah.
Wow.
scab. It's like in that itching phase,
Oh, yeah.
but it's still like super deep, and so I can't like really scratch it, and
Still hurts a lot or what?
it doesn't really necessarily hurt, but it feels really weird. It kind of feels like it's numb.
Uh-huh.
Because it's, like I said, it's so deep, and that's a lot of muscle that it just kind of
Yeah, you probably damaged a bunch of nerves.
destroyed. Yeah,
they gotta regenerate.
It
Wow.
feels really weird. When I tried to run the other day for the first time, and it just it felt weird. Like I don't want
As
to
it
say really
should. You were
hurt, but
down
it
to the
was like,
bone.
ah.
Yeah.
Don't pull a Victor, repop, re-injure yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
Repop
Wow.
my ACL.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better, man.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
man. We don't get drunk in your honor.
Mm-hmm.
Recovering.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's definitely recovering.
Now, man, so how what you guys do this weekend
I had a lazy weekend
with the family, hopefully?
preparing with the family for Valerie's first birthday party. So she's already turned one, but yeah.
Oh, green can.
Yeah, what was that thing?
What's going on here?
Gone.
So we're getting ready for the 1 year old party, the party that she
Oh,
will
that's
never
so
remember.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna get a cake for her to smash?
Getting a cake on her actual birthday. We gave her a cupcake and got a bunch of pictures, so she got to do that. But yeah, gonna set up. She got the piñata ready, and she's gonna.
What about the beers? Like, you're not getting all the beers? Like,
That's what the piñata's full of. It's just
the
Yeah.
beer?
little beers.
I've heard that. So I heard my wife
a
was
waste of
telling
beer.
me that she went somewhere some first birthday party before. They had a piñata for like the kids, and another one for the adults. So the kids had candy, like the typical stuff you would think of, and the one for the adults had little mini bottles.
Yeah,
of,
no. That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's pretty smart. I never thought about that.
You would attract a lot more parents if you have alcohol at the party, and then it's like, come celebrate my 1-year-old. So, I think that's a great idea.
What happens if you mix up the piñatas and
If the
Maybe
kids get
some
drunk,
happy
the
children,
kids,
yeah.
they go to sleep real early.
Yeah. You still get a good night.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Kids going to sleep. The parents have a little fun. You do what you gotta do.
If
Play
anybody's
video
working for
games.
CPS, don't pay attention to
No.
this conversation. So
I forgot you actually have kids. So.
Yeah, I got
This is
10.
me and Victor had kids.
I got 10 kids.
Mhm.
Take them.
Uh,
Nah, man, that's good. What about you?
I had to deal with. I was off the show last week because my dog had a little vet appointment. She apparently has a couple stones, and so last week I was believing it where she's peeing all the time, all
Yeah.
over. She didn't really care where she was. This week she has a little bit more bladder control, and yet she's still peeing all over the house. But only whenever we upset her. When we tell her to get off the couch, she pees on the floor.
hey,
I was
So-
giving you a lesson here. Like, hey,
she's hurting. You should let her sleep wherever she wants to be.
like every time you're gonna make me
Let her
walk,
lay on the couch.
Well, she pees on my couch.
you clean it like you clean the floor.
No.
No, you need to get that plastic little cover for the couch.
Ooh.
Oh, the Latin
Yeah.
cover.
No, I
so you
never wanted
never-
to be like my grandma.
Never feel the actual fabric, just plastic.
Did you ever sleep on those before? And you get your
No.
face stuck on it? Like
No.
it's like the weirdest thing to wake
It's like
up to.
sitting on like a leather seat and like peel it off.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's worse. Like it's like your skin like literally sticks to it, and you gotta like pull it off because you drool.
Oh.
Like, you ever
Uh,
drool a little bit? And you
I-
sleep?
I
Especially
do.
when you're a kid.
Yeah,
Like
been there, done that.
I remember being a kid just passing out like drooling a lot.
Hmm
And I rarely have. I mean, I barely sleep now, but sometimes you just fucking drool. And I remember falling asleep on those couches and my face be stuck, or when you start sweating a little bit in the summertime, and your
Oh, yeah.
back gets stuck on there.
I can imagine that, but the drool, I don't know. I'm starting to think you have like Elmer school glue for drool or something. If you're that stuck
What is that? What is that?
school glue, like just
Oh.
regular like school glue with the little orange cap.
That white glue.
That's
Yeah,
no-
that white stuff, baby,
wait.
on your face. On your
Wait,
face.
no, I'm good,
No,
man.
it wasn't you.
No,
Okay.
no,
Wasn't
no.
you at grandma's?
I'm so affronted.
I hope not. Wait, no, not at all. I'm actually blushing on this one.
Yeah,
Well,
we won't tell.
yeah.
I can actually see it.
I'm fucking red in the
It's
face.
red.
You're matching that bottle near you right there.
Oh my
All
god,
these memories embarrassing him
a
now.
little bit.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I was speechless the other day. Who said something that got me speechless the other day?
Was it somebody at work?
Yeah,
I don't want to name any names, but I think it was somebody at work. And I remember they said something. You're like, you didn't know how to respond. And I was like, oh shit, he's speechless. He's usually got something to come back with.
yeah. I was dumbfounded. It was very provocative. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna step to the side right now.
Mm-hmm.
Provocative. I can see why at work that would make you like, I
Wow.
don't know what to say.
Victor's the king of provocative stuff, so he had to have
Fair.
had to have been
Not well.
something pretty extreme, right?
I'm not well liked right now. Apparently, in my tones with people,
Mm.
and also my statements about race.
Uh-oh.
All in good
White
joking fun.
supremacy over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
white
figured.
power.
No, whatever.
No, I had a good. I mean, for me, I had a guy's quiet weekend. I went to the off air. We were talking about. I went to art museum, the Dallas Art Museum, and it's one of my favorite places to do in Dallas. My favorite things to see and go to in Dallas.
I thought it was the aquarium.
Aquarium's my absolute favorite thing to
Okay,
do in
okay.
general. Every time I go to a new city, I find where the aquarium's at, and I make sure I go there. That's like my number one thing to do.
Aquariums are
He's
actually
like the
really
Dragon
cool,
Ball
so-
Z of liking places.
There he
It's
is.
my favorite thing.
Getting better.
It's like the number one thing you got to do every time you go to a new
This
city.
aquarium's over 9,000.
That's Vancouver.
Vancouver. Oh,
That's
ooh.
that's the best aquarium I've seen so far.
Because it's so big, or they just have really cool animals?
Both.
What is it about aquariums that draws you to them?
I always liked it when I was a kid. I just was excited. I like it more than zoos. Like I don't like going to zoos.
Have you been to the aquarium at Fair Park?
It's not that big. It's pretty.
You've been to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know,
My man scopes him out.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like,
You're
oh
like,
yeah. They got in. They got the. What all they have in that one? I've never been.
not
to
much.
It's really not much, and it's weird too because they'll
Yeah.
throw in like a lion.
Well, they have like
And then I
random
feel bad.
penguins in there, and like a couple of things like birds and fishes and
Yeah.
shit. Like nothing special. But the Dallas
Some
Aquarium is
sharks.
pretty legit.
Yeah,
It's
I've been
pretty
to
legit.
that a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's nice.
There's
Maybe I'm
a.
thinking Dallas Aquarium then. They're
That-
both in the downtown.
They're both downtown.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I've been to the
there's
Dallas
one
one.
in
Dallas one's
Fair
nice.
Park. It's called Fair Park Aquarium or
Mhm.
something like
Oh,
that.
okay, no, I went to the Dallas
Same thing with
one
their
then.
Grapevine Aquarium. They have a Grapevine Mall Aquarium.
Yeah,
which
I've been
is
to that
pretty
one, the
small,
Sea
too.
Life.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool. We took Gabriel to that.
It's cool if you've never been to one or the kids never seen one. So you go see that. It's pretty cool to see the fishes and like little attractions. Sometimes they have like penguins there, like little things. It's cool.
You can
So
pet
have you
some
been
of
to
the stuff.
SeaWorld?
Yeah, I've been to SeaWorld.
Yeah. Was it like the ultimate, Wait, no, you said the Vancouver one is the ultimate.
is my absolute favorite. Like SeaWorld is more like they have like acts.
Little gimmicks.
Yeah,
And
shows
attractions,
and
yeah.
rides and stuff.
Yeah, the animals have like tricks to do, and that was cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm not anti SeaWorld.
I'm down with SeaWorld.
I thought SeaWorld's like all closed down now. They're just like
They're
a
falling
bunch
apart,
of,
man.
They're like
They're
Six
gonna go
Flags
under.
now, just like rides now.
They're
Yeah,
falling
they're
apart.
changing their model because they no longer capture dolphins. They no longer have
And
Whales.
breed, they don't breed anymore.
no, yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Do they
whatever
still have whales? At
Yeah,
all?
the
Just
last-
they're not getting any.
they're not
new
getting any
ones.
more. So whenever these die off, they're gone.
Oh, poor Shamu's. Shamu's still around.
Shamu 68,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
holding strong.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, there's an aquarium I follow on Instagram, which I think we talked about this before because we were talking about the aquarium stuff a while back. But it's out in, I think it's in San Diego or it's somewhere in California. It's called the Monterey
I
Aquarium.
think it's in San Diego.
Yeah, and it's like open right there because it's right on the coast. So it's open, and they have all these so many different things. They have like a big like what is it, like a algae reef thing, I'm a bobber, but it looks badass, and they have a really nice facility, and so that's one of the places that I would want to go to if I could go to an aquarium of my choosing. I haven't been to Vancouver, so I couldn't tell you.
I mean, that's pretty good too. I haven't really been in that one, even though I've been to San Diego and actually lived there for a little bit. I haven't been to that aquarium, but it's I mean, I don't know. It's just fascinating from childhood. Like I've always loved it. And then the people who work there, if you ever talk to people who work at aquariums, like they're all animal activists and they take care of the creatures. These are creatures who are found in people's houses or something like that can't really be open to the wild. So they do the best they can in certain attractions. Now the big cats is it's a different story. I don't agree with.
We had to talk about this, about like zoos, and about I think as I've grown up more and kind of seen, like when you're a little kid, you go to a zoo, you're like, that's really cool to see an animal up close, fairly up close, and that you couldn't see like under any normal circumstance, right? But as I've grown older, I've grown to kind of more think about, hey, it's crazy to have like an animal, especially like higher intelligent animals, which it shouldn't really matter, but having them cooped up, like it's crazy to me. Like I feel so bad every time I go and I see
have
them.
a
I'm like,
A
man.
lot of mixed feelings because I love going to the zoo.
Yeah.
That was a place where once I graduated college, I considered working, and I thought it'd be really cool to become a zoologist and then maybe even potentially in the future become a veterinarian of those types of animals.
Exotic animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really cool. But then there's that other side of me, like, the
It's like-
zoology side that I'm like,
Yeah. It's like,
that's
why does
a
a
little
cage
messed
bird
up.
sing,
yeah.
See, I don't see nothing wrong. I mean, me personally, I know there's wrong to it, but
Mhm.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. But my thing is about certain creatures, you should rotate more. There should be a combination of being on exhibit versus having freedom. I mean, like, so the big cats and the bigger creatures, of course, bring the ones you have one in exhibit, but you rotate those to like reserve so they could run around and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
why I feel like that's my only
Yeah,
conflict
definitely.
to it. I don't have a problem with them being on exhibit.
Yeah.
But there should be like a rotation, not just solely in that exhibit their entire life.
Yeah, I see some of the ones that's like, and I see like the enclosures, and I'm like, man, I feel like those are really small for the type of animal that they have in the enclosure.
Well, that's why I
So-
mentioned big cats, because big cats roam and
Yeah, or like there's a
Hunt.
white tiger at Fort Worth
Yes.
Zoo,
Well,
and it looks so depressed whenever you go to it. There's like a little window, and it's there just kind of like laying down, like forlorn looking, and I'm just like, man, I feel so bad for that.
I'm
that
thinking
thing.
of the same thing, but it's at the Dallas Aquarium, and it's so tiny. There's no room for it
yeah, they
to
have a
walk
glass up top, and then
around.
they got a bottom, and they can walk where you can't see them.
Yeah, so you can just
But that's about
look
it.
at him, and he just sits there all day. Like, And part
What
of
is
the
life?
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, when you go to the zoo, you would think, I want to go see the animal and it's kind of acting natural habitat. And
But I don't want to act natural. No big cats. I mean, you keep them
Well-
sedated somehow type of way.
no, I mean, if it was a big reservation like we were talking before, but I was still caged off, yeah, hell yeah, I want to see them. Yeah, go run after those animals and eat the shit out of them. That'd be cool to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I watch
Yeah.
all those.
But even though this is like my fantasy, like not fantasy, but what I feel like compromise would be with it is them having rotation to like reservations where the animals could be free, run around a little bit,
That's a good
and
idea.
then
Interesting
rotate them
idea.
I
into
never thought of that. I like
exhibits.
it.
The problem is you gotta get donations, the funds for it and stuff like that,
And the space.
and the transport and stuff like that. It's logistics that be involved, but that's how I see it be the best idea. Because I still kind of feel like people should have the ability to see these things, you know, because it's
It
a
brings
different.
awareness too to like whenever someone says it's an endangered species. If I can't visualize it, I really don't care.
Or when you hear a
because-
lion, you ever heard a lion really roar before? Like
No.
now I can't speak if they
Yeah,
have,
like the MGM, like when it first starts. and
Yeah,
roar.
well, that's very big.
Get you in that Dolby surround sound. Boom. and
No,
get you.
but you know the Bronx Zoo had a lion for a while, and I don't know if that's like a full roar, but whenever you hear it, that baseline fear that have inside you, like an actual roar, like what the fuck's about to happen?
Imagine meeting that in the wild. You're like, oh shit.
Exactly,
I'm
that's
dead.
what I'm
I just
saying.
accept
The
it.
sound of death coming
It's
to
gonna
you.
eat me.
You know how people think like I could hit a wolf or fight off an animal if I need to. Like when you see them size for size, or you hear them growl.
Their paws like as big as your face.
Yeah,
like,
you ever seen a grizzly bear like face to face?
punched it right
Yeah,
in
he
the face.
punched it right in the face.
Right in the face.
Mm.
Sounds like you.
I am
Wrestled it.
legend right there.
Yeah.
Put him in a leg lock. He was done. He tapped out.
tapping
He
out.
went off. He was done. He didn't want any more. He didn't want any more after that. So
Look, anybody look like? Let's go see what a grizzly bear looks like. You know, in person if you get a chance. Like that's ridiculous, massive creature. And then watch a movie where Leonardo DiCaprio
the Revenant, based on a true story. Okay,
fought him off.
it was an epic scene though. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie.
I've seen it.
No, I
It's-
have not seen it.
It's a pretty slow movie overall, but that was an epic, pretty
Well,
crazy
that happened like in
scene.
the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
which
it was pretty up. Yeah,
They
in
got their
there.
one good scene out of the way.
It was meant to be.
There's a lot of
visually stunning. Like they did a lot of panning of the scenery, and it's visually stunning. Like that's what it's meant to be. Like just eye appealing.
Mm.
And I got that, but that's fucking awesome. But just people in Hollywood or people talking about like I could fight a wolf. You look at the wolves now, like in North Dakota, that they did. They reintroduced Canadian wolves out into the Americas, and those wolves are like 300-400 pounds. Like the fuck, you're not fighting that.
Mm.
I don't. Liam Neeson in some broken glass and is not winning that fight.
Leg lock, man.
All leg
Liam
locks.
Neeson.
Leg
No.
locks. That's what Leonardo should have done. But hey,
I mean, he would have walked off scot free if he would have did some leg locks.
yeah.
But you know, I'm just. It started with the Dallas Art Museum, so I like how that segued into aquariums and
Yeah,
zoos.
right.
No, for anybody in Dallas, like it's one of my favorite places. It's one of my favorite art museums. If you guys get a chance, check it out. It's just like the history to it. You know,
And
it's not
free, right?
It's free. A lot of art museums are free. There's a Japanese art museum right across the street, which is free. The Holocaust Museum, I'm pretty sure they take donations, but that's free.
Mhm.
But yeah, you just go to in there. But there's certain exhibits that there's on rotations that you have to pay to see those exhibits. But the actual art that stays in the Dallas Art Museum, those are free. You walk in, and they take donations. But
So if you're a guy out there looking to take a new girl out to look a little sophisticated and intelligent, maybe that's a good place to go because you're also cheap and it's free. So I mean,
you gotta pay for parking if you can find parking and shit like that.
So Uber there.
Uber, take the train.
Yeah.
Take the train there,
Take
basically.
the train.
There's
Say,
pizza.
hey,
okay.
I'm an active person. Let's get some walking in.
Mhm.
And
Let's-
really, you
let's
don't
get
more
want
walking
to
intimate
talk.
time, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
Walk
wanna
and talk.
to 'em.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. That's love.
That's
man.
smart. I didn't
love.
think about that. I should have done that myself.
He's like taking notes. He's like, what was that?
Uber.
Uber. All right.
Train.
No parking paid
Like,
for.
oh,
All right.
I'm venturous, like to walk. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do this.
Make
the
it
night
sound
walk
good.
sometimes.
I'm from New York, so I like to walk.
I'm into
That's
walking.
a good one.
I said, oh my god, I never used that line a day in my life.
There you go. There you
I
go.
should use that.
Where in Dallas is it? Is it like out all by itself? Or
It's
is
in the
it-
art district. It's right downtown Dallas.
Oh.
It's right. It's on. You know where the
That's
pro.
like the perfect place to take a
Yeah.
train to, go to the art museum, grab something to eat, grab something to drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like you should really use that New York stuff like a lot more than you probably may have.
I try to downplay it a lot.
Oh, you should build that up. Be like, oh, going for the kiss. She tries to deny you. Say, oh, this is a New Yorker thing. We kiss on the first date.
we be fucking on the first day. Was in New York.
Hey, I wasn't gonna go there, but yeah. Hey. So you can really build that up. Girls get the check on the first date in New York. What's
Yeah,
going on?
right.
We split 50-50 in New York. What are you talking about? Hey, right. It's equal rights. It's all about equal rights.
You one of those potato skins. That's on you. You know.
I said the entree only.
Yeah. So
Now this is, I gotta think about it. I gotta start taking notes. We gotta talk about this.
yeah,
Start taking notes, making a guideline on this.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I need you guys to finish those beers because we got beer of the week on deck coming up.
Ooh, tell us a little bit about this beer.
Yeah, while I drink.
Yeah.
So how did you find out about this place? And they got some interesting
Yeah.
art on this shit.
Yeah, so the brewery is Clown Shoes, and the beer is called La Pingüina del Fuego.
I like the
Which-
accent.
Okay.
Yeah, which translates to the penguin on fire, and it's an imperial stout. It's
I like
it's rum barrel aged with habaneros. So this is actually I want to give a shout out to my barber, Pancho. He is the
Pancho.
one. Yeah, that's my barber, man. Cool dude. Works at Fort Worth Barbershop
Oh, I like that
out there in
website.
the hood, and he is really into beer as well. And so he's been following the show for a minute, and
Oh, big ups to him.
yeah, he's a great dude. And we went out to Taps and Caps the other day after I got my haircut, and he gave us this recommendation. So,
Oh, nice.
and he also for next week as well, depending on how the scheduling goes, he is the one that picked for next week as well. So. More
Okay.
details to come on that, but yeah, this
more
week is
fan
up to
picks.
him. So if you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you can complain to him.
Complain to him.
But
Oh.
yeah, big thanks to Pancho for giving us this
Right
beer of the
there.
Sounds
week.
I
like
think it's
an
that right there.
interesting try.
The guy running on fire
Third one up to the left.
to the hard left.
Yeah, other way.
Or right. There.
There you go. Sorry, we're
Yeah.
flipped here. Yeah.
What's the ABV on this?
That's a good question. It's got alcohol.
They got alcohol.
It's got some
It's
alcohol.
got
in it.
enough.
It's part of the allure.
11%.
Oh,
Is it really?
Damn.
Okay,
no
so-
wonder this is his favorite.
So it's an
beer right
imperial.
here.
So like I told you guys before, when it says imperial, you know it's going to be strong. But this is one of their special releases. He said it's got really good, really interesting flavor, and no wonder that boy was so expensive. But it is going to be worth it. So we'll crack that open here in a second.
oh, I got heartburn right now. I'm dying.
It's gonna get
So,
even worse.
I-
After this with some habaneros.
I want to give a shout out to
How many
the
shout-outs? You get 2 shout-outs episode, bro.
Well, I'm gonna do 2 of my shout outs to Pancho for being awesome and bringing us out that stuff. But NFL is back upon us, guys. I don't know how many people are
That Zeke.
about that Zeke. Interesting topic.
You know, wait, hold up. Before we try this beer, I just quick segue, real quick. How is Zeke still suspended for 6 games and he's playing next week? I don't need him to play this week.
They
The
didn't.
guy has him that I'm playing against this week. I don't need him to play.
I know. So we're Victor and I. He joined my league this year for fantasy football, and so he's playing against. Are you playing? You're playing. You're not playing against him, or in
No,
your
my
other
other
league?
league.
Oh, your other league. Okay, yeah. So he's playing against him. So that sucks. Come on, Victor. Kirsty already killed her beer, man.
I'll help you.
She'll help you.
Thanks for the help.
But yeah, so the game tonight, we're going to have Patriots against Kansas City. Should be an interesting matchup because I've got some fantasy football players playing. So
Oh, well, also, since we're talking about the NFL, Miami's going to that terrible, terrible hurricane.
yeah,
Possibly 3 altogether. You know, it's 2
Oh,
back-to-back.
yeah. I
And
think
it-
they're supposed to call it the Holy Trinity. It's supposed to go through that. That's what they're calling that.
That's what they call
What's
it.
the
Yeah.
third one called?
So you
saw,
got
like-
Irma, which is
That's the one hitting right now.
and then they've got
Is it Jose?
Jose and Katya.
Katya.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I saw Jose on a meme, and I was like, I don't know how much I can trust this. So
Was it the one
okay.
about like the soft names?
No.
Oh, there was a
It
funny one.
about how we're all worried about North Korea bombing us, and South Africa keeps shooting hurricanes our way. Freaking 3
I mean,
back
that's,
to back.
that's pretty
They
legit.
control the
Yeah.
weather down there.
That's
Legit.
pretty
They have
honest stuff.
figured out the science. So-
Boko Haram, man. You gotta watch out for those peoples.
Oh, damn.
Man, all I know is, man, if anybody got family out there, everybody be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I
I
know.
hope you've gotten out.
Yeah, I know we both have family, and Jansen as well. We all have some people on the ground out there. So
But
yeah,
I said it earlier this week. I was like, every place I wanted to live is getting hit by hurricanes. Houston is like, I always said, if I get a chance, I'd rather live in Houston than Dallas.
yeah,
I love Fort Lauderdale. There's a small city in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami called Hollywood. Absolutely love that place. You know, it's a small, sleepy beach town with a bunch of old people, but they have like a boardwalk and a bunch of food. It's like, so I'm like, that's getting bombarded.
but
right
they
now.
got hurricanes.
They got fucking hurricanes right now.
That's
so.
why it's all about the Pacific Northwest. Shout out to Jimmy. That's my last shout out for the day. But hey, all right, let's try this
Let's
beer.
get this beer
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And where do we know where this beer's from?
This beer is actually from Massachusetts.
Oh,
So there's some Patriots fans out there.
there you go.
But Clown Shoes, man, they have some really interesting artwork on their bottles. So all of their stuff's got some pretty interesting stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm excited to try this
obviously
one.
have some type of graphic designer doing things because this is actually some of the more detailed, specific artwork I've seen on beer.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
That's like a Game of Thrones one right there. Look at that one right there on screen.
Oh, yeah.
Is that turkeys in a night?
Yeah,
Porter.
it's like a samurai, and he's on a barrel with a bunch of turkeys that are on barrels.
I just like that's pecan pie porter. That sounds amazing.
Sounds delicious.
That sounds,
Yeah.
this beer smells amazing, by the way.
Yeah, let's get a little.
Let's go El Fuego.
La Penguin en Fuego.
It's definitely got some spice to it. Oh my gosh.
You can smell the rum kind of hint to it too.
Oh yeah. So
Ooh.
it's interesting. It's got a really strong. You kind of have that. You do have that rum taste, but it comes on the back end with that
Habanero.
the peppers.
habanero,
You really
yeah.
get like a
It sticks
spiciness in your throat.
It's really good. I'm getting hit with a lot of flavors throughout like the whole 5 seconds it takes to drink this.
Oh,
But I
know.
really like it. I don't
Yeah.
really like stouts, but I really like this one.
It's interesting. Yeah.
I like stouts. This is definitely something I definitely have to buy for my roommate because my roommate loves stouts.
Yeah.
So I definitely have to give this a buy. I mean, it's delicious. Like it's different. I ain't gonna lie. Like this is fucking different.
Yeah, it's when he brought that one up and he was pointing different ones out, I was like, that one sounds good. That sounds very interesting. We can try on the show because it's got, you don't really drink a lot of like beers with pepper in it that often. I don't know
Well,
what you
good
guys,
tasting
but-
ones.
True, I've tried some, but this one I think if you're
It
gonna
blends
go,
well.
yeah, it goes good with like the stout style. So
Even
Very
the
tasty.
smell of it is pretty.
Yeah, it smells like rum.
Blended
Jedi, can you bring
in.
the picture up one more time?
Yeah.
This El Fuego. When we look at it, the guy has his holding his butt. Like the lady put the sword up his butt, the flaming sword. Like that's pretty
The
legit.
nun
wait,
The fighting nun with 2 swords. Like
sticking it up butts.
he's holding his butt. Like it's on fire. You can see like the
butt
fire.
burning. I didn't notice that.
Uh-uh.
So I guess they're calling the nun the penguin. That's why the
She's a pointy nose and then I like how they're wearing the black suits like they did in Reservoir Dogs. Like
yeah,
that's pretty legit.
or Blues Brothers.
Or the shades, the
yeah.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this
Yeah.
this
Long time
artwork
since
is
I
pretty
found out
legit.
that.
Yeah.
They've got some really interesting stuff. So a lot of tasty beers from them, which
So it seems like they have
Look
a
at that.
lot of
Look at that.
different types of beer.
Look at that artwork. Is
That
that
looks
a
like
horse
a-
dragon?
that looks
A
like
unicorn.
Victor's tattoo on his lower back. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I
tramp
was-
stamp.
It's supposed to be a secret, guys.
Oh, I mean, sorry,
What tattoo?
no tattoos. Victor has no tattoos.
Is that a friend dragon horse? They have a lot of dragon unicorn horses. Diego would definitely. That's a Russian Imperial Stout. What does that mean? It's like a white Russian?
No, that's just it's a style. There's like I think North Coast is another brewery that has Old Rasputin, which is an imperial stout
Is
as
that
well.
clown shoes?
Real-
That's clown shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Wings.
The nun was wearing the clown shoes in the other picture, so that's like one of their things. One
That's
of
what
their
the
themes.
brewery's called. Clown shoes. So
Mhm.
It would make sense, but that's clown shoes
See?
right there too.
There's the clown
Yeah.
shoes.
Is that supposed to be like Superman?
That's actually a picture of me with my future dog.
future dog.
Yeah,
Can't
a
put one
picture of me in the
present
future.
Dogs? Yeah,
No.
fuck 'em.
My other dog, he's not a bulldog, unfortunately.
Well,
Well, big up the Sean. I like the SoundCloud. I mean, clown shoes.
Wow, some great stuff. So, Jedi.
But
What,
I mean, I like music too. You know?
my Pandora randomly turned on. Sorry, guys.
Jedi, what do you think
Shout
of the
out
beer?
Yeah, man, it's great. It's got that nice stout taste with the spice. I mean,
Yeah, you
I,
get that
I
spiciness
love,
at the end.
I love drinking beers like this, but I feel like something like this, I could probably only have one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I think that's a good point. There's a couple reasons I think I would only have one. One, it's got like a real interesting flavor, and so you don't want to like kill it by having a bunch. You wouldn't be able to drink a bunch in a row.
Yeah.
Also, it's fucking expensive. So
I
unless
ain't
you
worried
made the
about-
money,
I
you
ain't-
know.
I ain't worried about the money. I would
Hey.
drink. I would drink.
Hey.
I would drink multiple of these. But when I mean by multiple, like multiple glasses, like the whole. I would drink this whole bottle by myself. But that's
Yeah.
probably just this one bottle.
Very
Yeah,
tasty.
I
Super
could drink
sick,
the
you
bottle,
know.
but any more than that, I'm tapping out. But I would
Yeah.
like to try some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
They got some
yeah, for
interesting
sure.
stuff, man.
Yeah,
Well,
So-
at 11%, you wouldn't need more than that one bottle.
that's
probably,
true.
So.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't, so like a lot of the higher alcohol content beers, like we've tried some on the show and some that haven't shown up like this, but for being 11%, you don't really taste like that
No.
bite from the alcohol,
Probably
you know.
just so
who
much
else had
pepper in
a
it.
Who else had a higher IBU?
We had was it the DNR?
The DNR had a
Yeah,
higher
It
one.
was the one of the she brought
the
two
cherry
different
ones
So-
you can't taste the alcohol in.
barreled,
Yeah.
Barrel aged.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Ballast Point's another one with a high ABV that you can't taste it. Because that watermelon was 10. I believe it
yes,
10,
that
right?
was one of them for
You know,
sure.
I've been looking nonstop for that watermelon.
We need to talk to Jake.
Yo,
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. Jake from State Farm. Like,
Jake from
listen, I
State
need some
Farm.
watermelon in my life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's pretty bomb.
Yeah, it was good. And I'm not a watermelon person. Like so there's two things I don't really care for so much. I'm not a picky person by any means, but I'm not a big fan of watermelon, and I hate cucumber.
I don't like pickles or cucumber.
I love
Those are the same
cucumber.
thing, bro.
What's
Those are
wrong
just
with
different-
all y'all?
Different versions of the same
That's
person.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't like either versions
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I don't
Because
blame
people
you.
are like, oh, you don't like pickles? What about cucumbers? I don't give a fuck about cucumbers either. So
Take out all that extra flavor? No.
what? It has no flavor. It's-
Pickles?
Cucumbers?
Salt.
Oh, well, pickles taste like.
Oh.
Cucumbers have
Pickles
a
are
flavor.
nasty.
Some of my
Cucumbers are, like,
favorite
nice and
popsicles
fresh.
are cucumber popsicles.
You mean it tastes like
it's
water?
A real good fresh
No.
flavor.
Even people are like, well, what about cucumber water?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You mean water?
not
No.
me, not for me. No, I don't know. And
Cucumber
it's-
vodka. It's
mean
got a
vodka?
taste.
I would drink that just because I know I'm gonna get drunk and I'll forget about the cucumber flavor here shortly.
No,
But
like the best thing in college, we would go to this karaoke bar and they had some type of shot where they would make it up in a kettle and they would put cucumbers in it and it tasted just
Yeah.
straight up like cucumber water. It was 12, maybe not even $12 for a kettle, which would give 6 of us 2 shots. So I feel like that's 12
not bad for
shots
12
bucks.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, we would get smashed. It was delicious.
so has anybody had any crazy shots? Like I went to New Orleans for a bachelor party and we had
Oh, I thought you were going like dirty shit.
out of a stripper's butthole. No,
It just exploded in my mouth.
no. I went to Acme Oyster out there. It's really good oyster. I love some oysters, but
Yeah.
we had the oyster shot. Have you had that oyster shot?
Uh-uh.
So it
Doesn't sound
sounds like it probably ended up tasting. I mean,
Were you drunk when you had it?
no, because we
or-
were going in to eat. It was like we were getting ready to start the night, so we went out to go eat. And for people who haven't been down to like Bourbon Street, it stays packed out there.
No matter
on,
what
like,
day.
no matter what, yeah.
day, what time. It's just packed.
It's busy. So we went into Acme, and there's a big long line just to get into Acme. Like there's a big long line wraps on the corner. So we go in to eat. Finally get in, sit down, and everyone's hungry, ready to eat, and passing out the menus, and we're all looking over it, and then we're like, oh, they have some oyster shots. So I think like 4 or 5 of us in the group ended up getting an oyster shot. And what it is, a real classy little plastic shot cup thing with vodka and an oyster, a single oyster with cocktail sauce on it.
I would have tried it just to try it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
just
tried it just to try it, and I'm glad I only tried it just to try it. It's not a
Okay.
regular go-to.
I thought you were going to say it was delicious, and none
No.
of it sounded delicious.
No, and I love oysters. Don't get me wrong, but you go and you drink it, and on the way down, you get the vodka, kind of the clear, clean vodka.
But then you get the oyster, then you got that.
Then you get the chunky oyster just kind of stops in there, get a little chew, and you get that cocktail sauce, and it was just. I mean, I guess you could have just swallowed the oyster, but
Well, it's like the Redneck Kevin had that metal shot, whatever, where you had the little fish in it.
What? No, I never heard this.
Redneck Kevin, remember back in the days when when they first opened, they had like this shot where you have like a little baby fish in it, and you take that shot.
Like it was alive?
Yeah, it was alive in your
Oh.
alcohol as you drink it. They took it out of
No
the
wonder
tank.
it's not there
SeaWorld
no
needs
more.
that to get back in business. That's what they
Surprised
need.
PETA lets him do that.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah, I haven't heard about
They
that.
don't do it anymore. Like they also when Redneck Kevin used to open up when you were new, they used to whip you with a belt.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I did hear about all
When
those
you went
crazy
in there
stories.
nude?
New
No.
new person,
Okay.
not nude.
It's like,
the girls
wow.
are nude.
They allow that?
Pretty much.
There's one girl, like I got into an argument with one of the girls. They put like a dildo vibrator on my shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's like, it ain't funny.
She was testing the water, see what you're into.
It ain't funny.
No, not for
Are
you.
you for me? Nah. Not you.
No,
Freak
but
out for a dildo on the shoulder?
yeah.
What's wrong with you?
You got to forget she's from
I'm
New
out there
Jersey.
Take it in the mouth.
She's from
Get in
Jersey.
the mouth. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck Jersey.
No, in Jersey,
Dirty.
that's a normal first
That's
date
how they say
thing.
hi. That's how they say
That's
hi.
a normal
Say hi.
first date thing, you know.
You whip your dick out, vibrators on the table. Like, you see what everybody's working with.
Yo, what's up? What do you think? No.
Like, I see, what you work with your vibrator? Look at my dick. Like,
No, I saw that all the time while I was there.
Yeah,
So,
They
You went to
have
Jersey?
Don't pretend. Sure. You weren't with me.
Nobody goes to Jersey.
nobody goes to dirty Jersey.
I used to live in Jersey.
Oh, shit. Tell us a little bit about it.
I lived there for 8 months in Bedminster, which is about 45 minutes of Newark, which is right across the river.
Yeah.
It was cool. It wasn't what I was expecting because I thought it would be like all buildings and downtown
Well,
area.
Jersey's
when
not
you
like
get
that.
out there, it's like all country.
Really?
Jersey has
It
the
was-
most
it's the Garden
national parks.
State.
It has the most national parks out in the Northeast.
Yeah,
Really?
That's why it's called the Garden State. It has the most national parks.
it's like all it was just land. I was like, what the hell? And that was my job. As I was a groundskeeper up there,
Really?
and I did this big oh my god, what's it the greenhouse. Sorry, I did a big greenhouse renovation. So the property I worked on was owned by the College Princeton, which is up in Jersey, but they sold it to this couple, and the greenhouse was still there. And so I renovated this greenhouse and made it look like when you walked in, you went through like different terrains on the United States. So you would go through like a deserty kind of area, and as you walked, it would turn into like a grassy area, and then it went into like a tropical foresty area, and then it ended in a more of a like a sandy, different kind of deserty, rocky area.
That's
It was cool.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I never would
pretty
have.
cool.
I never would have like thought about that about Jersey.
No, it has the most national parks in the Northeast.
Wow.
That does not have the most. I think Montana, North Dakota, or something like that has the most national
Yeah.
parks. Maybe even California, I don't know. Somewhere in the West Coast, like Midwest, West Coast has the most national parks, but Jersey has a lot, shit ton.
I know Arkansas has a lot. So you've been out to Arkansas.
Yeah, my
Jedi.
mom lives in Hot Springs.
Yeah, and I used to go out there camping a lot, but I love me some Arkansas. It's not that far away from here, from Texas, and
Yeah, well, I
good
still need to
camping.
make it to the beaches out there. I still need to make it to the hot springs out there. I got some things I need to do out there.
yeah, we need to go
In
plan.
the mountains, there's no beaches in.
Yeah, no beaches, but you need to plan a.
That's true. It's like I'm thinking about the Carolinas that has the beaches.
We can all take a trip out there and go.
BeerTalk trip.
Yeah, we can go out there and camp out there on Lake Washita.
Yeah,
camping,
let's
man.
go. We
Yeah.
can
So-
stay at my mom's house.
Yeah, there you go, because it's
Hey,
not that far from
stay-
from Hot
yeah.
Springs. You go right through Hot Springs, go a little bit north, and it's like right up there. I think,
My
right?
grandparents used to actually work at Lake Wachita.
Wow.
They ran the back gate.
So for people who don't know about Lake Washita, it's a reservoir, and it's they've got the way we would do it is we would go to the marina right there, like the southeasterly part of the lake, and it's got all these natural islands that are all throughout the whole reservoir, and it's a big reservoir. And so you can go, and we would rent a boat from the marina, take all of our camping gear, load it into the boat, and we just go out and pick an island. You can pick any island to camp on, and it's free. So the only thing you're really paying for is
That's
just
awesome.
to rent the boat, essentially, and the gas.
And the water's like crystal clear, beautiful blue water.
Yeah, so we go there and fish, catch our fish, go cook it over the fire, eat it, boom.
So why more people don't live out there?
I mean, hey, I don't. Maybe it's untouched. People don't know about it as much as they should, probably. But it's a good spot. Very good, fun place. I got a couple of little islands that we know about that we like to camp on if it's not already occupied. So
Yeah. Plus, I'm sure you got a lot of people like I would never want to live in that type of area. That's why I don't move back to places like Oklahoma. But I love vacationing
Yeah.
into an area like that. It's beautiful, relaxing.
Yeah, why you guys go camping? I'll stay at the grandparents' house and help cook or some shit.
Yeah.
So Victor's not a big outdoorsman. Camping's not so much Victor, but
I'm sorry.
Man.
Did I say camping? I meant glamping.
glamping.
So
Yeah, I'll glamp. I glamp all day.
We got a nice little mansion out there on the beach. with infinity pool right there next to the
Hell
lake.
yeah.
I like it.
So
I like it. That's what my kind of thing.
Margaritas poured into our
day.
glasses.
yep, we got a margarita maker on the back of the boat.
Talk about well, I want to touch on like shitty shots you had, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the bar mat shot. You ever had that before?
No.
Ew, it sounds
The
nasty.
worst shot.
What's in it?
Everything that falls on the bar mat,
Yeah.
Ooh.
and they pour it into a shot.
Oh, it's
Ugh.
legitimately what it sounds like. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. So
Is it cheap?
It's basically free.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
okay.
always give it to you free. Or they'll do it where this is slightly better, but all the shit that comes out like in their, that rubber mat thing.
Oh yeah.
They'll do that as well. That's
That does sound better, 'cause it's
slightly
just-
better, 'cause
there's
you're
no,
not,
uh,
stepping on it at least.
there's
but
no
it's
toe cheese in
still-
there.
Well, yeah. There's there's a lot more of that now than they used back in the days. They used to like string it and then put it in people's drink.
Oh.
But now they do that.
Oh.
Most bars still have that top to it. So
Mhm.
yeah. So at the end of the day, like it's getting late and people are like fucking with you. Like here, have this shot, and it's from the little bar mat. Beer, liquor, mixed drink, whatever falls in there, they just pour it into a shot glass.
What kind of liquor do they pour with it?
No, whatever.
It's whatever's
whatever falls in the
falling
bar
in.
mat.
But
pour
no,
it-
no,
Beer,
but
it's
there's-
everything.
Oh, I got you. But so then there's not. Okay, I
I
get
feel
what
like
you're saying.
that should be like the old worm and the tequila. Like if I eat the worm, then I should be hallucinating. So if I take that shot, I want to be hallucinating, high
You're
as
not gonna
fuck.
hallucinate.
Isn't it a myth, right? That's a myth, right?
What?
About the
It's a
the
myth.
worm?
The worm doesn't get you high. Yeah,
It should.
It'll get
I like
you
to go with the
drunk.
old Mexican myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You believe it? Back in the
I
days, it
believe
did.
it.
Back in the days,
My
it did.
grandma said it was real.
It's real then. Fuck that
Should
shit. It's
never
real.
take that worm again.
Grandmas don't lie.
They
Mhm.
don't. You know, everybody heard that story about my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
She don't lie.
She didn't lie.
I'm still waiting for those Christmas.
It's still
toys.
coming,
It's still
and
coming.
Santa's not real.
Still in
She
the
told you
mail.
from the get go.
She kept the real. She kept the real. Said Santa ain't shit. I'm buying this shit.
Yeah, you never know.
You know, I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, you have kids, like, but what about the Santa Claus thing? Like, you gonna hide it, keep it, like,
So
like nip it in the bud early?
no, I mean, for me, it's like, why kill it if you got to? I mean, it's part of the childhood. I know. When I was growing up, it was always interesting to me, and I was a pretty rambunctious kid. But like, I would always try to like camp out and see like Santa. You know, if I was too young, I'd fall asleep. There was one time I hid behind the tree, and my mom knew I was out there behind the tree, and so Santa never came. And then I went back to my room, and then lo and behold, it showed up later on that day. But yeah, I mean, for me, I see no reason not to, lie to my
Right.
kids about Santa Claus. It's part of the fun, and then you can be like, "Ha, stupid! You
Yeah.
believe that? What's wrong with
Believe
you?
it for 8 years.
You think a guy can go
88.
all around the world? You know the logistics of that? Even
Think about it.
Amazon couldn't handle that. No, no.
Dang.
You always
Well, your kids just found out. They're listening right now.
Gabriel, cover your ears.
earmuffs. Earmuffs. I don't know. See, I feel like I'll be like my grandmother's like, hey, listen, I love you, and this is a holiday. We're gonna celebrate this weird fake man still, but
Yeah.
I'm sacrificing buying this shit for you.
Yeah, no,
I don't
I
know
mean
about
that's
that,
how
yeah.
my family was too. Well, really, my mom took the very white person approach, where it was like, I just never want to lie to you. Which honestly, like, I was a real bitter white girl, so if she had lied to me, I would have held it against her my whole life. So I was glad she
Bitter
didn't
white
lie
girl,
to
I like
me.
it. That's the title for next week's
Bitter little
show.
white girl.
Bitter white girl.
But yeah, I don't know. I was always glad. I never believed in Santa. I knew the story of Saint Nicholas and everything like that. I thought it was really cool. Never spoiled it for anyone else who did believe in Santa Claus. But I never-
Idiots.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I would like to say I didn't spoil it, but I'm pretty sure I did for a few people.
You seem like someone who would have ruined
Yeah.
dreams, hopes.
Yeah.
crush it. Yeah.
Christmas
I
beliefs.
want to say I did it. I don't know, man.
What you guys could do when you guys have kids is pick a different Santa Claus version from around the world because they
Jesus.
vary. Jesus. No,
I
they
didn't
have
say
like
that.
different Santa Clauses, and they have different.
Well, my favorite version of Santa Claus comes from Iceland.
How does that go?
Oh.
There's seven Santa Claus. 6 of them are murderers. One of them is the happy guy.
Do you get the good one
damn.
or the
Which
bad
one do you get?
Ooh.
So let me look that information up here, and I'll share that next week. But that's freaking hilarious. When I went to Iceland, they have like it was Christmas time. They like had these pictures of Saint Nicholas out and stuff like that. I'm like, this is cool. So I'm over here reading the history, and I'm like, so he kidnapped kids and murdered them? Like, what is going on here? It's like, oh, that's just one of them. The other one boiled it, cooked it. Like, it's like, wait,
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
like, what are you guys doing here? It's like, oh, we have multiple versions of St. Nicholas, and it's for all the bad kids out there.
That sounds like that movie last year with gosh, what was it called? It was a black
Christmas?
comedy about Christmas.
Black comedy?
And yeah,
That's a
black
little
comedy.
racist. What are you
No.
Don't get me there.
Dark comedy.
I
But
seriously thought she was talking about. I seriously thought she was.
no.
I thought she was talking.
It's a genre, black comedies.
Okay, I
It's a
thought.
very
like
lighthearted
dark,
black
like hard-
comedy.
I get you.
horror.
Like yeah. I thought she was talking like a Tyler Perry film. For
Yeah,
a
that's
second
a black
there.
comedy,
no,
right?
no.
Is that black? Like urban?
Why you gotta think I'm like that?
You should have said a black Christmas comedy. That would. No, that still sounds like
What's up?
Tyler Perry.
Like Black
Okay,
Santa?
A dark Christmas comedy
There
where
you go.
people got murdered at the end, but it was funny.
Krampus.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah, they
yeah.
are stuck in that snow
That's like a
globe.
pretty like yeah. That's like the whole little story behind Krampus and stuff. So. It's pretty
Maybe
interesting.
I mean, I want to start with that
Iceland.
as a little kid. If I have a kid,
I
like, I want
know.
to start
Like
there.
evil.
I think well, you know what's funny? So I think the whole overall thing about Santa Claus and stuff is you trying to teach your kids to act right and it's a form of behavioral control. Essentially, you're saying you do well, Santa's going to give you good presents. You act right, right? You act bad, you may get coal. Essentially. But in
Sounds
some
nice.
of the other countries, though, they have ones where it's like, yeah, Santa comes and he kidnaps all the bad kids in his bag and he takes them away.
Yeah.
So.
Like
So a
the
little
real
Johnny down the
messed
street,
up.
you don't see him no more? He got axed last year.
He talked back to his parents last week. You don't see him anymore, do you?
Yeah, he got axed. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Deserved it though.
Yep.
Man, freaking Jimmy over there. Fucking hope he dead now.
Oh wow! Whoa, that's dark comedy there.
That
There
is
you go,
very
there you go.
dark
I was thinking
comedy.
South Park right there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my favorite South Park. You remember what is your favorite episode of South Park? Do you guys watch South Park, by the way?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I haven't watched it in a long, long time. But for me, I like the ones with it was with Al Gore when he had the man bear pig stuff and that
Oh
whole
my
little-
god, it's hilarious.
Those ones just so funny. They just do a really good job of making fun of people. Just making it to like a big like extreme of how people act. It's funny.
Yeah, they're like the one steady animated show that consistently stays pretty funny,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter how messed up it gets,
It's messed up.
yeah. But I mean, I enjoy them. I don't know if I have a favorite episode. I have favorite jokes from it, but yeah, no, necessarily.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. I mean, those are always good episodes right there.
No,
yeah.
that's ignorant.
I mean, Michael Jackson's up there for me. Tom Cruise one is up there for me. My favorite one is the Jennifer Lopez taco in his hand. Remember that
Oh,
singing
I don't know
one?
if I saw
Oh, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. But my
That's
absolute favorite one is like one of the earlier ones where is Cartman the red the fat kid?
Yeah.
Cartman?
Really?
I get I'm bad with names, man.
That's
Come on.
right.
Come on.
White people all look the same.
All look the
Yeah.
same. I'm
It's
at work.
fair.
I get fucked up all the time. No, so Cartman is one of the early, like, I want to say like the first 3 seasons, right? Is where there's a kid bullying him, and he can't take it anymore. So like at the end, like he's trying to figure out how to deal with his bully, and he can't win against his bully. The guy's bigger, stronger.
Oh, is that the one where he like kills his parents and
At the
puts it
end
in
of it,
something and
yeah,
makes him eat
in
it?
a
And he's
chili-
like,
in a chili
"Oh,
bowl."
How's that chili taste? Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a little bit of your dead parents in it.
So you see Cartman get defeated, and like halfway through the show, like get defeated, and says, "You know what? You're the bigger, better person." And then the twist is at the end, like in this 20-minute show, there's a fucking epic twist where Cartman's like, "Yeah, how's the chili? Yeah. How's it feel? I just killed your parents and put them in chili." How you gonna take
what?
Like,
My parents?
you killed my parent and nothing ever happens to them. Like, it's the greatest thing of all time. I fucking love it. The other one is when they take Whole Foods and make it like a whole entity and shit like that.
Is that one of the newer ones?
Yeah.
I haven't
Okay.
seen it in
Haven't
probably
seen
a
it.
couple years.
Like, they make Whole Foods, like, they trying to upscale part of South Park and make it upscale because they did like a whole campaign thing, and then South Park came out to be the most racist town in America. So they try to
Legit.
change the narrative of it. So they make like a downtown with Whole Foods and shit like that, and then Whole Foods becomes like a superpower entity, and like it's fucking hilarious. Like,
That's funny.
I love shout out to Whole Foods.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, that's a good way to shout out to him. Shout out to Amazon for
but,
buying Whole Foods for slashing
Yeah.
prices.
I
But
know,
then
super
slash
cheap.
prices hurt that. Like, I thought it was gonna be the other way around. They're gonna buy Whole Foods and make it more expensive. They went the other way. They bought that shit and said, you know
Amazon
what?
gotcha.
Cheap.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They might
No, I
got me
love
more than one
Amazon,
ways.
though. I'm gonna be excited for the day where it's like Prime Day for Whole Foods. I get all their.
Is that gonna happen? Is that gonna happen?
I feel
Is
like it
there a
should. I
Pick,
mean, there's
in-store
Prime Day
pickup
in
like for
Dallas.
Prime Day.
You guys don't ever use Prime Day
Nah,
where
I've
you
never
get
done it.
everything in 2 hours?
So I watched Prime, or I looked over the stuff for Prime Day, and I didn't find anything
I'm
good.
sorry. I said Prime Day, but I'm thinking that
Prime
Amazon,
Now.
Prime Now. Yeah,
There
thank
it
you.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the, did you have the drone deliver it or?
I wish no.
I know what you're talking about though. It's like really quickly because they have it
Yeah.
like, already at the hub. ready to
But
go.
Well, that's
mean,
why they have
don't- I don't
hubs in
know if
major
they
cities.
Use well, I guess they would still use the drones, but I don't know. I've always had the guy drop it off. We use it at my work a lot because we're lazy and we want lunch.
Wait, they have the
Ah.
drones here now?
I don't know if they do. I don't know if they have the drones here yet,
I've
but I
heard
know.
them out in Grapevine area.
Have they?
Yeah, but
Wow.
I've never seen one.
Amazon's building another headquarter for 50,000 people apparently.
Yeah, I've heard that, but have they announced the city yet?
No, I have not
Yeah,
picked the city
okay.
yet, but they
I
said
didn't think
they've been approved to build another headquarters for 50,000 employees.
Wow.
Interesting. I actually heard some interesting stuff about like Amazon Prime the other day. I heard that it's actually running for president in the next election.
I
So
mean, I
vote.
All day, Amazon.
free shipping,
Wow.
for
Can't
America.
And then you go buy movies and shit like that and watch it streamlessly. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, though, I would vote the T-Mobile CEO for president because
John
he
Legere,
just said
yep.
he would pay
Ledger,
for my
excuse me.
Netflix. So yesterday they announced anyone who has T-Mobile One they're gonna pay for your Netflix account.
Mhm.
And I mean everyone has a Netflix account now.
You hear that, guys? Your $10 a month is covered.
That's
Thanks to
right.
John Ledger.
For a $60 phone bill, $70 phone bill.
That's
Yeah,
it.
cheap.
That's a cheap phone bill. Mine's up
Mhm.
there.
I keep
I
following
used to work
more
for
and more
T-Mobile
loans.
too.
Well, my phone bill for a long time was almost $250.
Yeah. So I missed that 70% discount I used to get working there.
Yeah, but that was amazing.
It was.
They're already cheap,
Yeah.
so you got unlimited.
So
for
should
10
I switch
people for
over to
$5.
T-Mobile?
We've been
You
talking
haven't
about this
switched
for a
over
minute,
yet?
bro.
I just assumed by now.
Talking about that for a minute.
No, I
We've
never
been
switched
talking
over.
for a year and a half.
Well, I was gonna switch over because they had the unlimited, but then AT&T, right when I was gonna make the switch, opened up the unlimited feature, so I just stuck with that.
It's not as good.
Yep.
Do they pay for your Netflix?
Yeah, we're me and Kirsty on this side of the table. We're judging you very hard.
I can feel it.
I did.
I
hear
drink and know
that
things.
AT&T is paying for HBO Go now, though, or they
What?
announced it recently. That's why T-Mobile came in with this Netflix
Wait,
feature.
hold on. I'm about to do this after work because I mean after work after the show.
This is work,
That's
bro.
what I heard. I haven't looked it up because I don't have AT&T.
I will. I need to.
It's hard
look
work
at- And they're
to
gonna
drink
pay
and
for
know
my
things.
HBO because I definitely been rewatching Game of Thrones. I've been watching The Wire. I've been watching Spawn. Like,
Ooh, Spawn's a good one. Yeah,
Spawn
Game of
is good.
Thrones. A lot of fan theories.
all right, the animated series for Spawn. You never watched it before on HBO?
Oh, the old one?
The
Yeah.
movie or the animated series?
The animated series,
Like from
for-
back in the day?
yeah, in the late
Yeah,
90s.
okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
showing that on HBO now.
That's always been on HBO. That was the only time you could watch it was on HBO.
Huh.
It was an HBO special. Like the guy who made Spawn before he made the movie in it. Like right around the time he was making the movie, he made an HBO special that he had control over because he didn't have control of the movie.
That was a good movie, though. I like that
Yeah.
movie.
Well, John Leguizamo's in it, so I'll give a big up to John Leguizamo.
Yeah, whoever that guy
That was
is.
always good.
Fake Puerto Rican. Look it up.
Yeah.
Fake?
Yeah, look it up.
I didn't know that. Here's
Big-
legit.
Big controversy for the Puerto Rican community.
Man.
Not that big. No one gives a fuck. Anyway, so I gotta look at AT&T buying my shit, buying my HBO now subscription. I need that shit.
Gotta look up some clown shoe stuff.
Buying some clown shoe beers.
Clown shoe beers.
What are we gonna talk about?
Ezekiel Elliott and
Fuck
how
Zeke.
he should have been suspended
Fuck
for
Zeke.
no games.
It's
Listen,
kind of surprising
0
he's
games
here
or
for the
nothing.
one game. I mean, I feel like
You're gonna suspend him now. Like, why give him a free play so I could lose in fantasy?
No,
Yeah,
so
sports
okay,
and
so
everything,
you
but-
you're asking about that. The reason he
I know
is
why
able
they.
to play,
I know why they give it to him.
they
I'm just
didn't rule
saying,
in time. The league's another blunder.
That's bullshit. Listen, you're gonna suspend him starting now. Like, why you gonna do it against one against my team, the Giants, and then two against my
Who?
fantasy
I
team?
mean, the Giants
know.
beat them. Was it twice last
Twice.
year? Was it twice?
Our only 2 losses.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So I think they're still fine. Zeke can play. Hope he gets his ass kicked because I hate Zeke.
He's not. He's running with a vengeance. So
Hey,
but he's a
hey,
good player.
hey,
He's
guys,
a good player.
guys,
though.
welcome to
Okay.
Dallas Beer Talk, where we have Dallas right here in front of me, and we have the others in this general
Beer Talk.
vicinity.
Yeah.
The beer talk.
So Send free beer to me, not these guys. All right.
Well, one thing I want to talk about is fan theory. We're gonna wrap this up. We got a few minutes left. We're gonna wrap this up real quick. Game of Thrones fan theory. My number one fan theory right now is that Joffrey tried to attempt to kill Brandon.
No.
Number two, which I found absolutely ridiculous, and I just love the way how crazy it is.
Ned Stark.
Ned Stark is still alive apparently. In one of the fan theories.
What's the theory behind that?
So yeah. Oh yeah,
So-
you're a big Game of Thrones guy, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I hear this theory though. It's pretty funny.
So the scene when Ned Stark's about to get decapitated, he mumbles some words. You know how the music starts coming up and you can't hear what he's saying. Like he mumbles on his and the music comes up, you can't hear. So people try to lip read what he was saying, and two people. One of the fan theories is saying that he said some ancient Valyrian words, saying that all men die. And they're like, why would he say that? Because he doesn't speak Valyrian, right? And you could look it up. I don't know how to pronounce the Valyrian words he said, but
It's Dracarys. That's how you
whatever,
say it.
whatever. But they said what if the guy that was Arya's dance teacher switched Ned Stark with a faceless man, and the faceless man wore Ned Stark's face while he got decapitated, and Ned Stark's been hiding out in Essos and is coming back for season 8.
Doesn't seem like Ned Stark though, does it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
That's a little pretty far fetched.
Yeah, it's a little stretch.
I
It's a
mean,
big stretch. He waited out, watched his wife died, his sons die. Supposedly he doesn't know that Brandon Stark's alive, but as far as he knows, his 2 youngest kids are dead. You know,
they have good whorehouses in Essos. That's what I've heard.
he
So,
hasn't had laid in a couple of years, so he's getting that shit done.
yeah.
I mean, as a crazy fan theory, it's the other crazy fan theories. Like people are really into Game of Thrones information.
They had to have something to fill the time because it's going to be at least in a year, maybe and a half until the new season comes out. Which Kirsty can't wait. She's biting at the
I do feel
chomp
bad
right
for
now.
you guys. That's a long time to wait.
That is a long time.
I've heard about all of the wait time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's not worth it to me.
It's okay. You can power watch all
But
the
you have
seasons.
time to watch
Oh,
all 60
that's
hours of it.
Nah, too busy
70
watching a
hours,
different
70
show.
hours.
So.
Mm.
A younger who made fun of the writer of Game of Thrones, so I enjoyed it even more.
Who's the younger?
It's got Hillary Duff in it, so
Wait, what?
back off.
Dang.
Well, shout out to Hillary Duff for not going crazy over the years. Big up to that.
The
It's still
one
looking
Disney
fine as
star.
fuck.
I heard she got
Yeah.
fake teeth, but that's another
Wait.
another story
it's
for a different
not-
day.
I mean, it's those nice teeth, though. I would kill, I would kill to have those teeth.
She got them rolls rolling teeth.
veneers. I want them
But
veneers
those
too,
are not her
so-
teeth, so
Whatever, but
They
is that
white
booty
as
real though?
fuck.
they are. But that's
Is
too
the booty
white.
real though? Is that booty real?
I don't know.
They
On the
look
titties?
real.
I like them titties though. The titties look too real.
Look out! Shout out to Kylie for keeping it fake. Hey.
Hey, well, we gotta wrap this up, guys.
So
That's a weird exit to this.
Hillary Duff.
Big ups to Game of Thrones, I guess. I drink and know things, and shout out to Kylie Jenner for keeping it fake. Big up to Zeke for playing this week. Go Giants this weekend.
yeah, actually, I want to say another big shout out to Pancho for the
Yes,
beer this
thank
week.
you.
Very tasty, very good. I really like your pick, man. And we'll try out the new beer next week. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. We love y'all. So,
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Any
Yep.
comments, please let us know what beers you want to try. And as well, look at our website, DallasBeerTalk.com.
Yep.
Find all information on there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Love you.